Not near mint, says he likes my style. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Since the beginning of all comic books, creators have been mistreated. As for better pay, only to be told...
No!
Then, something happened that brought all media together. The internet brings comic fans around the world into one comic community. We support the just pay and recognition of these comic creators' comic fam. Because comics are for everyone. It's 10 p.m. Eastern, live from the United States to Australia. This is the Not Near Mint Show. A weekly YouTube show about comic books.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Not Near Mint, episode 113. It is October the 13th, 2021. It's 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You know what that means? We have a special guest. His name is Phillip Maira. His new book is called Crackle Volume 3. We already got a chance to get Volume 2. Looking forward to Volume 3 plus. It has been funded tonight. We want to congratulate him right here, right now. Our guest.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That $2,349 of $1,200 for a goal with 126 backers and 24 days left to go. How does it feel being at that goal this early?
It feels fantastic. We launched a little over a week ago, so like a week and a couple hours, and we got funded, and it's super quick, just very humbled by all the support that we've been getting. And there have been, like I said, this is for Volume 3, there have been return backers, but there's just been a lot of new backers, especially international backers, which is just, I can't put into words. It's just so great because, you know, the artist and I work on these stories, and it seems, it's just, you know, people are just interested in it. This is great because you work on these things for months, and then you don't see any type of reaction, and then when you release out into the world, you know, it feels great. So, in simple words, it feels great. Thanks, Rob.
It's like sending your child off to college, like, yeah, go do something in the world.
So, could you maybe give sort of like a little overarching like synopsis of the pitch that you got funded?
Yeah, sure. So Crackle is a continuous anthology series. I got my stuff that I can share with the class here. So this is Crackle 1, Crackle 2, and the brand new, set to be released, Crackle 3. So, all right, well, I can't do that any more elegant than that. So every collection of Crackle is, all the stories are written by myself, and I've been beyond fortunate to collaborate with artists from all over the world to make these stories like a reality. And Crackle Volume 1 is about a year to 16 months worth of just my first year as a comic book creator and a comic book writer. Year 2, or Crackle Volume 2 is about year 2 going to year 3 of being a comic book creator. That one released, I think, in May of the pandemic, May of last year. And now we're ready to share with everyone Volume 3. And this new volume that, like Rob said, that just got funded, this new volume is a little bit larger than Volume 1 and 2 combined. And we just keep building and building and building and creating more stories. So all these anthologies have self-contained stories. You can just pick up any volume and read any collection of stories. I mean, we can do browse around, but you know, some of them are in black and white, and some of them are in color. Like it's just whatever that emotionally fits the story, and they're all slice of life stories, slice of life, drama, fantasy, and I do a little bit of magical realism. And the artist and I try to experiment as far as page layouts. Like this one's more of a horizontal themed.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and then there's a couple one pagers. Like I said, so we are always constantly playing around with the physical space of the gutters or of text boxes. Let me go back a little bit. Like, different ways to display time, like montage sequence, memories. I mean, this is a little sneak peek, but it's all these stories are very grounded. They're all emotional based. They're all people in rooms trying to solve problems or just dealing with decisions of their lives. And yeah, like I said, there's over 100 pages of Crackle between all 3 volumes, and this latest one, I'm just so excited to share with everyone. There's stories in here that I've been working on for 3-4 months for the scripts, and then between the artist and I, we've worked on an additional 3-4 months. These stories have been brewing for a very long time, and they're complete. Everything's ready to be shown, and we just, like I said, we're funded, so there's no other hurdles. All the artists are paid, everyone's paid in full, and so now we just need to get the cost for printing, and we got it. So there's no risk.
So did you have any specific like inspirations that drew upon you coming up with this idea of Crackle, of these like vignettes, I guess?
No, I mean, when I was starting off to write, like all 3 Crackle books is my full catalog of stories. I don't have any stories anywhere else. And what I did was I knew not to start with my magnum opus. Like when I was first starting out wanting to write comics, is the advice was don't start with an 80 page or 80 issue, just all these arcs and just make it more complicated. No, that what I kept seeing time and time again was write a 3-page story, write a 5-page story, write something succinct and just very generated and focused. And so I did that. I took a loose idea that I had a couple of years ago about a wife or a mother that goes and visits her parents and brings their 2 kids, and she brings her 2 kids, and the mother is talking with her father, and it's Christmas Eve, and the father asks, where's Rob, where's your husband? And the mother doesn't know, the wife doesn't know where her husband is. And that antithesis of like a scenario or like this little plot, like this little grain of a plot, I wanted to explore it. So I did that. And that took me about 2.5, 3 months just to work on that script. And that one ended up being the first story in Crackle Volume 1, which is Toulouse. And that story was my first endeavor into comic. But roughly around the time, I ended up writing the second story, the script for the second story that's in Crackle Volume 1, which is Head Above Another. So I ended up having both these scripts completed at roughly around the same time. And, the next step is to find artists. And so, like I said, I had to do all this from scratch. I didn't have any real connections with the comic book community or the indie comic book community at all. So I ended up looking at Comic Book Collab subreddit. There's a couple other forums I can't even remember off the top of my head. They're probably defunct by now. And I ended up looking on Twitter and Instagram, because around that time was around this time. So it was Inktober. It was October, about 4 years ago. So, I mean, Inktober, it's kind of subsided a little bit over the last 2 years after copyright stuff. But, 3-4 years ago, Inktober was huge. Everyone from around the world was using the same hashtag and displaying their art. It's just so inspiring. So I ended up kind of narrowing it down my search engine, or like my search results, for anyone with the Inktober hashtag, but also anyone with the word comic in their profile, and then anyone that's with comic and commissions open are in the profile. So I ended up finding Hannah Wenzel. Hannah Wenzel is a German artist, and I have 2 scripts. I really like this illustration you did. Do you still do comic work? Like I see your portfolio. You have some comic book, but are you still interested in doing comic work? And yeah, so she got back to me, and she's like, "Thank you. I don't do comics anymore. I'm done. I'm done with that part of my life." And I said, please. I had the story that I think you're good for, and she gave it a shot, and yeah, and that's Toulouse. That's the first story we did. Since then, we've done 4 stories together. She's like a professional comic book creator. She's done 2 very large books for the German market. One she just got the comps for, I think 3 days ago. So yeah, she's just constantly making gigantic. I don't think they're called bande dessinées over there. They're not the same size as a couple of previous works, but they're just like gigantic OGNs. But yeah, it's just so. Did I answer the question?
You went up and beyond.
Yeah, man. I was just sitting here listening to you. Yeah, but yeah, you answered the question. And then some.
Right on.
So from that first story from volume 3, that's something that carries over through all 3 volumes. I did get a chance to read that part of the storyline from volume 3. That was actually my favorite storyline from volume 2 from what I've read. And there's very few things that wind up staying with me very long after I've read. That is one story that will stay with me all year, mostly because of the alcoholism bit. But when I get to the portion when she runs into the father and he can barely even stand up straight. "You've been drinking." "No, I haven't."
Yeah.
"Oh my God, that's me." And "Holy shit, that's my name, Rob." So yes, that is a very affecting storyline. It's the way that you tell the stories. It's so nuanced. I'm just glad that I get a chance to look at this earlier than some of the people that might get this in the palms of their hands. This is a great storyline, people, and I'm really glad that you get a chance to have people look at this.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, we've just been so eager to share everyone. So the story that you're talking about is Loops at a Spool, and that's another Hannah Wenzel and I creation. And we, after Toulouse, we kind of wanted to tell more of the story of those characters. And that's the only time that we've done this, or I've done this. And I just felt that there's more to the story. Like that was my first story that I did. It was 5 pages, but I did love the characters. It's not because it was my first creation, but there was something there. And so that's what Loops at Spool is. And that's the first story in Crackle, or it will be one of the first stories in Crackle Volume 3. I'm still playing around with the order of things, but that is a very interesting story about making stories. So I gave Hannah the script, and it was 9 pages. And like I said, at this time she's a professional comic book artist. Now she knows what she's doing, and she's full-fledged trust in her creative ability and storytelling ability. So I gave her the script. And she's like it might be like 14, 15 or so pages, maybe 20 max. And I'm like, this is our, like, I trust her. I'm like, I trust your vision. Like, whatever you think it needs to be the best story possible, I trust you. And from there, we kept working the story, and she gave me the thumbnails, and I couldn't see the story any other way. The story is currently, or is done, but the story is 17 pages. And I mean, I went back through my original script, the 9-page script, and it just, I don't know how I was asking for so much that needed to be expanded. Because as a storyteller, there's things, or as an art, the one that you're currently showing, Rob, this is Loops at a School, and there's just so much that her as a visual storyteller, and for her artistic ability, she adds silent panels, reactionary panels. She's like things that I put in the script that were two people talking to each other within the same panel. She slowed it down a little bit so we can split up the dialogue and actually see, and it feels like a conversation. It is a higher page count, but it's beneficial because you are with those characters while they're talking and they're reacting and they're making decisions. And I can't, like I said, I couldn't see any other way because I had to go. We collaborated with the fantastic Micah Myers, who's a letterer, and he's currently nominated for the Ringo, which I think the Ringo is getting announced in like 2 weeks or something like that. So he ended up doing the letter. So I had to go through the original script again and break it down to what the new panels and new pages are going to be. So like as you can kind of see here, like Micah helped us with this tremendous montage, memory, flashback, all moments equal, or one moment is all moments, all reality is one reality type of thing. And he helped us with the cyclical nature of the track, and the dialogue was trying to reflect that. So yeah, and I mean he did that, which is obviously a very challenging thing to do, but also just the little bits too. Like there's a couple of spots in the dialogue that aren't in these preview pages that he just made it beautiful. I mean, I've talked about this before when I was on the show. Like any newer creator, like hire a letterer. Lettering is not just a passive type of skill. It's a hard skill. Your project, a short story, a longer narrative, whatever it is, it will make a huge difference. I mean, we've all seen professional comic books with garbage lettering where the tails are pointing to like their skull instead of their mouth, or there's just like all the lettering's all jacked up and your eyes, you don't know which one you're supposed to read first. And yeah, and you're skipping panels because you're just naturally following the balloons, but you skipped the whole panel, and so now everyone's talking out of turn. And that can be easily solved if you treat the creative process as a creative process and get someone with that skill. But yeah, I mean, again,
we had
Erica
Schultz on a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Erica Schultz on a while back, and she was discussing how some people are just doing the copy and paste method, just using Comic Sans script, and it just that doesn't cut it. And if you want a more personal style, yeah, you're going to need an actual letterer. It's not just using Photoshop or Illustrator.
Yeah, I mean, especially with like sound effects. I know for that one specifically, Loops at a School, Hannah, she wanted to do the sound effect. She said that it was for her, that was part of the creation, like that was part of the artistic creation process. But I've worked
agree.
with multiple. Yeah, I mean, I think Mobius was in the same vein, that it's like it's all art. It's even weirder too. Like she was telling me, at least for the German market, she's like, yeah, do you want me to do like the bubbles? I'm like, no, that's like just like blank bubbles, and then the artist or the letterer would come in and fill in the words, which I thought was kind of weird. I'm like, no, because they need to play around, but I don't know how, it sounded weird to me, or like inefficient, but yeah,
So, what are the themes that are more explored in Volume 3 that might be different from Volume 2? Or is it just a long narrative?
I usually explore two main themes. One is mortality and our fascination with it, our fear of it, the inevitability of it. So Volume 3 has a couple of the preview pages up top, but Volume 3 has a story called Connections and Collisions, and that's about a pre-apocalypse story. So everyone's going to die, but it hasn't happened yet. But it's actually a fun story. It's a fun story. That's the one where they're going vinyl shopping and they pick up a Tribe Called Quest. I thought it was funny because that one's set in the year 2072, and I thought it'd be fun if So, I mean, we've all read like sci-fi books or sci-fi comics from the 80s, right? Where it's like Judge Dredd and they're in the future city.
Judge Dredd, yeah.
But it's like in the year 2010, and then you're like, man, we got none of this. But they're just like projecting way into the future, and now that future is our past, and it's not as fancy as was projected. So I thought I was going to do the same thing. So I just have a story set 50 years into the future. And I'm kind of a hipster-esque character. So I have my mom's old vinyls, and I listen to vinyls and stuff. So I thought, like, what would happen? What in the future, like 50 years in the future? I mean, vinyls aren't actually going to go away. So I just thought it'd be cool if someone's actually looking at something from their far past. But it's, but it's like what keeps progressing through time. And then I also just, like I said, it's just our relationship. The other one between mortality is time, and our relationship with time and our perception of time, and like the comic book medium, I've talked about it a couple of times. I can't really put an eloquent way, but like, if we're going to a movie theater, we all sit there, this movie starts, and then we get up and leave roughly at the same time because the movie's over with. We're all experiencing the same thing at the same time. If we're listening to music, if we're going to a concert, we're all experiencing that at the same time. But comic books is different. You, as the reader, are in the solo journey, and you are controlling time. You are controlling how quick you are getting through the page, how much you stay on per panel and actually explore whatever's in the background and stay with the dialogue. And you can go back. That's if you're reading longer narratives, like most people, I probably, we all read a whole bunch of comic books last year because there's not much to do. So I went to my library and I got a bunch of stuff that I've been meaning to read. So I read Wicked and Divine, which was fantastic, and I read
to read that.
It's great. And then
this has got me to get that on my poll.
Yeah, and then I got Paper Girls, which was another one. I love Brian K.
That's
Vaughan.
another one. Yeah, that's another one I got to read. I heard so many good things about it.
It's good, but like it's a time travel story. So as a time travel story, like things happen, and so as a reader, I can go back and read, like pick up another book, and relook at, because I'm like, oh, I remember this scene happening, and I remember this plot point or this device or this someone said something. Let me re-clarify, and that's just, to me, like the flexibility of you as the reader and the controlling of time. It just kind of, I don't know. It's something that I think is hyper unique to comic books. I mean, as far as reading narratives, like reading novels or shorts, like words, non-pictures, you're creating the whole universe in your mind. So like everything is, to me at least, everything's occurring almost at once. There is no real time. And I'm not sure if that's, I'm not sure how other people's brains work, but for me, I can go back and read a passage, but it's not the same thing of me going back and reading like 3 pages ago and just like glancing at it through the book. Like I don't know. So volume 3 is a little bit more me experimenting with those type of thoughts of mortality. Like there's one of my other favorite stories in the collection is a story about there's 2 sisters traveling a fantasy world, but one of them's a ghost. And with any traditional ghost stories, a ghost is there because they have unfulfilled or
unfinished business.
Yeah, they are more eloquent than I can ever.
Traveling with her best friend, yeah.
Yeah. So it's that's one of
cool.
it's a great story, but it's one of those things where I kept coming up, like in the script is like a long list of like, here's ghost tropes and here's all the stuff we don't, here's all the stuff that are not going to happen in this thing. Cause like we've all seen like the joke about the movie Ghost with what's that handsome man's name?
Demi Moore and
Patrick Swayze. Yeah.
And Whoopi.
Like, choo the Swayze train.
Where he can like,
what you done with your hair?
Like, he can walk through walls and do all this other stuff, but like, why can't he? When he's on the subway, like, why doesn't he fall through the ground? Like, why is sometimes the transparency
physics works? Yeah.
Because the story hasn't called for it yet.
Yeah. So that's one thing I was very conscious about. So in this story, and you can see in the sample pages that are on the Kickstarter, her ashes is in her sister's like wristwatch type of thing. So the ashes are her ghost form is linked to her physical ashes. So that's why if she's sitting on a table, she's kind of hovering, but she can't go through. And it says it right in the first 2 pages.
One question I did have: what was the time period of that storyline to be taking place? Is that like 1950s, modern day? Since it was a different culture, I'm still trying to determine.
Of the Ghost Girl story?
Yeah, from the Ghost Girl storyline.
They're in fantasy land. Everything's fantasy.
Everything's fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm taking it almost like an old Sandman story where it's timeless, but it could have happened sooner or later.
Yeah, that's one of the things where I tried. It's very human oriented. I know not to spoil anything, but at the very end, there are monster-esque creatures on the final page. But that's something, if I could circle around, but like, it's a technique that I've been trying to harness, is the idea of like, you want your reader to feel like they're arriving late to the party and they leave early. So you want your reader to feel like there's been a whole lot of cool stuff happening before they walked in and they're playing catch up. And then you want to make them leave late. You want them leave early, so they're like wanting more. So for that story, I have the 2 sisters going on the journey to spread her ashes, the older sister's ashes. And at that point of that story, I believe they're seeking their 5th location to spread the ashes of 17. And so I knew that stuff was in motion. And another thing I want to circle back on was that these are all short stories. I'm not trying to create pitches to show some editor to say, hey, finance this so the artist and I can create like an OGN or something. All these the main focus is to make them succinct, that you feel that these are complete thoughts and these are complete narratives. Even, like I said, even though I mentioned that there is not a sequel, I call it a continuation, that there's a continuation from Toulouse in the first book to Loops at a School in the third. It's the same characters, and it occurs occurs the day after or the morning after Toulouse ends. But the whole idea of making each of these individual stories is that they are a story. There's enough you can read Toulouse. You can pick up volume 3 and read Toulouse and have no idea, or read Loops at a Spool and have no idea that Toulouse even exists, and that's perfectly fine. All the context clues are there about the characters' motivations and what they're going through and what they're struggling through. But that being said, if I do want to expand and the artist and I want to hang out and create more stories for people using these characters, there is jumping off points. But that's only because we as the creators want to just fill these stories up with so much detail of things in the background that we know that we can expand upon. Like especially with Memo. Memo's the story of the two sisters. Like I said, it's a fantasy world. So we made up everything. It's the perks. It's the perks and like the guillotine of it all, of being the sole creator of a whole universe, of a fantasy universe. You create everything, but it sucks because you have to create every single thing. So you have to figure out, how does water sources work and how does foods, all that stuff. And like what magical creatures you can do. But I mean, if we wanted to, we can expand on some stories. But the whole point of writing a short story, and I can't iterate this enough, is that they should feel like complete short stories, and you shouldn't try. The reader should feel like there's a complete thought, and they should feel satisfied by the end of it. They ideally would want more, but they should be like, this was fantastic. This was great.
But like you said, that's what you want. You want your readers to feel like they want more afterwards.
Yeah, and that's what I keep hearing from overall in the industry of like building to the trade. And I'm not at that point of my creative process, but I'm very conscious of this. If it's going to be in a single floppy monthly type of thing, then it should feel like a succinct story. Even if it is part of a larger whole, it should. Like I haven't reread it in a while, but I'm watching the Y the Last Man TV show, and all the thoughts are coming flooding back in my mind because I love that comic book, because I love the way, and especially like Saga, like I love the way Brian K. Vaughan writes single chapters, and like each one feels like their own thing, and the way that each page kind of feels like its own little mini story, and each of those build up into just larger and larger. But yeah, that's one of the driving forces I try to have, is that each page kind of either ends on the characters making a decision, or the characters are traveling to a new location. Like there should always be like a mini cliffhanger at the end of every page to incite you to turn the page. Because if it's not, then it's not a strong ending. Like it's a strong ending per the page. You're not giving any incentive. The greatest the greatest compliment a comic book creator, or any type of creator, like artistic creator, can have is like, I couldn't put the book down. I just kept reading and reading type of thing. It's a page turner. Like those are cliche things, but those are things you can strive for if you just kind of just take the main focus, be like, all right, is there an incentive for the person to turn the page? It's as simple as that.
And that was why The Last Man one was coming out. Every single last page was, how is it going to end? How are they going to wrap this up? It was like 1950s serials. What were you going to say, lady?
So when did you start collecting comics? And what did you first start collecting? I'm
late to the game. So I was I'm born late 80s. So 90s TV media.
87, baby.
89.
Making Miracle Man and I feeling old.
So like all the media was big for me, like the cartoons. Like I was Saturday morning cartoon kid. So Spider-Man's, the X-Men's. I mean, I think it was I can't remember if it was in high school. I think it might have been in 8th grade when the Sam Raimi Spider-Man's came out. I mean, the X-Men movies, like then that's when the movies started coming out. The really bad Spawn movie. There's
Although the cartoons TV show was really great.
yeah, the one
On
on
HBO.
Every weekend.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Watching
I
that
wasn't
was
supposed-
amazing in high school.
I wasn't supposed to watch it, but I watched it anyway.
We were in grade school. I was in high school. I feel so old.
So like and then around that time, like in high school, Sin City came out, and so a buddy of mine had one of the Sin City trades. So he let me borrow it, and I was like, all right, well, this is cool, this is different. I didn't really have any. I don't know why. It's not like I grew up in a very rural area. I mean, it just for whatever reason, comic books never got into my hand. I don't know why. Either the kids, the guys my age didn't have it or what, or I don't know. I didn't have any. I'm the eldest. I'm like the eldest, one of the older cousins on both sides of the family. Like I just didn't. I don't know. I shouldn't make excuses why I didn't have comic books as a kid, but
I've heard a lot of stories of people overcoming adversity, and I just want to let you know this is the most heart-wrenching one I've heard yet. I think I'd rather be a blind man without arms and try to make comics than have never read comics and try to make comics. That's adversity. That's true adversity, and I just want to let you know it's not lost on us here. I'm sure our chat is just aflame with sadness.
Miracle Man, I kind of thought that Rob Liefeld was an alien that came down from outer space that was explained what human anatomy was, having never seen it, and that's what it looks like.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying there, but this man never got to read any comics. I mean, really, what other kind of torture could you go through in life?
All right.
I'm sorry, please continue.
So I got
lady, were you going to say something?
So, well, you said that you did get some last week. So then obviously you started collecting at some point, right?
Yeah, I was going to jump to that. So that same friend I ended up seeing a few years later, and he this would have been my senior year of college. And so he ended up having the copy of the first trade of The Walking Dead. And so this was the summer of 2010, and the TV show came out a couple months later in October. And I just like I ignored what was going on. I just sat there and read it. And so I was like, I get it. There's supernatural elements, but it's just people dealing with each other basically, and dealing with all this trauma and all this uncertainty all around them. I mean, there might be a zombie that pops up, but it's few and far between. There might be like a panel of a zombie laying on the ground, but that's it. It's not attacking them. It's just a stationary object. It could be a plant for all it really adds to the narrative. It's just all the characters, dealing with each other. And, that got me interested. So from there, I ended up just Googling the 10 best graphic novels or popular comics or something. I don't remember what I searched, but I got absorbed into the Vertigos. So I went like Why Last Man, Preacher,
Animal Man.
I'm
Constantine, Swamp Thing.
Yeah, Hellblazer. Yeah, I still haven't read Swamp Thing. I don't know why.
It's on my. I gotta get the trade. It's on my list for sure. But Constantine's really good.
Just start with Alan Moore stuff and go backwards and then back forwards.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. When I was in college, I can't remember. I don't think I got it new. I think I got like a used copy of Watchmen, and I got it in the other room. And this was in 2010, and so that used copy is like printing 22 or something like ridiculous.
Jeez.
Now I have to ask, which did you see first? Did you read the Watchmen, or did you watch the movie first and then go back and read?
No, I read it, and then I
Watch the
was
movie.
not. Yeah, it took a very long time for me to watch the movie, and then when I sat and watched the movie, I watched the extended one with all the freighter, the black
There's
freighter.
an extended version? I did not know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look it up
I gotta
on,
hunt that one down.
You could probably find a download on it. Otherwise, I'm sure you could find a copy. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm for
4
sure gonna
hours
hunt that
long
down.
with the animated black freighter. It's pretty cool.
You know
Yeah,
what
those
kind of
parts are
sucker
good.
I am? I bought every version of that movie that came out.
Me
The
too.
regular theatrical, the director's cut, the extended
The
director's cut,
extended,
and the ultra
the
mega
commentary.
master edition where it's like a 16.5-week movie. You start the movie and you have to have 4 full months of food because you can't leave till the movie's done. So 4 full months of food, and then Zack Snyder's like, I guess we're just gonna end this shit now. I don't know.
That's like the Lord of the Rings movies, like the extended versions.
Hey,
Yeah.
so you said you actually said something funny there. 20-second printing, and how long ago that was, and then you think to yourself, it has that many printings. So they could keep screwing Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons out of the rights to their characters.
Yeah, I can't remember. I read it was that somehow they finagled, like they get the rights back after a certain amount of time of on publication, and so before going digital, the way that I don't know, I can't remember the source of this. I feel like I've read it in an actual either TCJ journal or something. Is that the DC said that selling of the actual comic books was considered promotion, and because DC had promotional rights, and
Yep.
yeah,
they really gave him the old 1-2 on that one. 1, sign this contract. 2, we screw you over. Not to say anything bad about DC. Love you, DC. But you kind of screwed my boys.
To be fair, most of the big 2 have done that over and over, and will probably not stop anytime soon.
decades and decades.
That's the way it works.
So, Philip, show us your comics that you got last week.
Yeah, I can do that.
So, are we going right into our new segment?
That's what you call a smooth transition.
That is probably the smoothest transition we have ever had on our show. So this is now it. This is part of our new segment. It is comic book therapy. So what exactly is the problem? Tell Dr. Worst. It's Swole Black Cat. I see her in my dreams. It is okay. Swole Black Cat cannot hurt you. But what if I want her to hurt me? What? What? Comic book therapy. What'd you pick up this week?
All right. So first, like I said, I went last week. Last week was my big day. So I picked up Trade of 20 Fists. My buddy Frankie White wrote it. I forget who. I feel bad. Let me read the whole thing.
Frankie.
Cap Bowman did the art. Gab Contreras did the colors. My buddy DC Hopkins did the lettering, and they have Frankie wrote it, which I try to do the same thing too, but I always feel like it's a good, respectable sign. Like, not respectable, but you can tell that a writer is very humbled when they're the last. You can't really see, but his is the last name on the trade, even in the inside credits. You can tell then that writer knows how much that the creative team means to. You can tell how much the creative team means to the writer. I got a couple. A Kickstarter book came in. My buddy Grant Story did.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's a great cover.
It's been going around. Some people have been getting it. I got mine early, which was nice.
I hear tell when you get into comics, you know how far you're into making your own comics when you get to the point where you can't even buy all your own buddies' books every month.
I know.
It starts to get tough, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does get tough. My other buddy, Jack Foster, his book Gun. I ended up buying it. Jack's a phenomenal artist, and this is his solo endeavor. Jack did. He was able to fill in and did some illustrations for Crackle Volume 1 and 2, and he's like I said, he's a phenomenal artist. His main medium is watercolor, and he does it better than anyone I can ever think off the top of my head. Picked up the final issue of Layla Starr. I was kind of waiting to read the whole thing. I got this.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that in trade. I heard so many good things.
Yeah, I love Ram V. I always pick up any of his, any of his indie stuff. Blue and Green or Green and Blue. I can never remember what it was called. The one jazz one they did last year with Anand and Aditya and John J. Pearson, I think, did the colors. That was one of my favorites last year. We got. I'm a huge Matt Kint guy, so I saw this. It just said his name on it, so I bought it.
Yeah.
What's a great cover?
That's that Bad Idea book, isn't it?
I don't know.
It is. Yeah.
That's a Bad Idea book. Not easy to come by, actually.
It says publication. It says Cincinnati Kid LLC. It does say Bad Idea.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, I think shops were allowed to sell it one day. So if you got it today, I think they're selling it like 6 months after they're allowed to sell it. But that's cool.
No, I got it like last week.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not going to say which one it is because I've heard Bad Idea is like super,
Yes.
If you're a Bad Idea store, then you got to follow a strict contingent of rules. Yeah. But I guess I don't know. Who knows? Because supposedly Bad Idea has been out of business for the last 3 months or something like that.
Yeah, it's all promotion.
I'm pretty sure that
It's
they
all
have
promo.
a list that's almost like the FBI on what store winds up selling what product on eBay so that they can ship them or allocate them a certain amount. At least that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I'm not big into gimmicks, but I think there's like merit badges or something weird. Like if you're like the first like 5 people to get an issue, like a specific issue, you get like the store is supposed to give you this badge or something.
Yeah. And then you could trade it in for like rare books. Now it's just starting or something. It's weird. Listen, you know what? Everybody's talking about them, love them or hate them. So. Yeah, they're getting what they want out of it either way. We got some friends in the chat right now.
We're talking about it right now.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
Very big fans of Bad Idea. There you go. Judah Rad from the IFLC show. Great show if you haven't been on it yet, everybody. But 4 Bad Idea stores. Literally, you're right, Robo. But those guys have interviewed a whole bunch of people from the Bad Idea company. And again, love them or hate them. Here we are talking about them.
Yeah,
talking about them because we can't get them, most of us. Oh wait,
yeah, I think I got like 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yes, great watching us showing new comics every week. And here's Comics on the Mind going. So take a look what I got this. How did you get that?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I've got a source myself. Philip, what else you got?
Going down that line. So I got.
Ooh, I want to read that.
So I love Peter Milligan, and if I can never pronounce the guy's name, the Piotr Kolowski. He did. I guess he's been doing the Dark Souls books, but he did a book called Sex with Joe Casey, and his art was fantastic. And Pietro's art is more fit for, I don't know, like plant life and like monsters and limbs and stuff. And I haven't read it yet, but it's a one shot. So, and it's a pretty decent size. I think I would maybe say it's like a bande dessinée type of thing. Let me see. Here's the Kint's book compared of like size. Yes. So, I'm guessing this is a monster book. If you want a monster book, you got to have that extra size. And then basically, because I'm running a Kickstarter, as we've all been discussing, bags and boards.
That's like
Ooh.
gold.
Yeah.
Which I
Got
hear
to. You saw me. You saw me put bagging and boarding earlier.
and that's my haul. I probably have something that I should have picked up today. And like with everyone else, I gotta call up my LCS and tell them I want Saga. So
January. Cannot
Yeah,
wait.
I have the
Did
first
you
3
get this
trades.
book?
I need to play catch up.
$2.99 still. It's only been 3 years and like 6 months, but who's counting except me?
Right on. Right on.
So,
Word.
so those are all the books that you got from the last week. Lady
Yep.
Fantastic, I hear that you picked up some pretty interesting things since we've spoken last. Ready?
Ooh.
So I'll show you I only picked up like 4 new books for the day, but I want to show you a couple of books my buddy gave me. This is what I got. Legends.
Oh, let me know how the read is.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I get it or not. I kind of want to get it.
And then I'm glad there was only 1 copy of this, but it's
Oh, nice.
Miles Morales 31. I really like that copy. It's him and Starling. And then Avengers 49, but I had to get this too, dude. And like,
Ooh, what?
Ah.
When did that cover come out? I got the regular, but not that.
Avengers 49 variant. I know.
That is nice.
Up, God tank.
Whack.
Taking
Hello,
the
everyone.
bowl cut.
My bowl cut.
Oh, that's a great
Ooh,
cover.
that is
Well, that
nice
is
too.
Immortal Hulk 50. Yep.
Did you read it
I
yet?
did not see that.
That thing is thick.
It's a hell of a story.
Yeah.
$10 book.
Tore through it.
I need to
I'll
finish
read it
reading
tonight.
49 and then I'll read it.
And then
What's up, God Tank?
so I have a buddy who what the fuck did I do with them? Here they are. Okay, I gotta grab them. I'm a buddy.
Hey, lady, have
Hey.
you seen Michael's comment? We need you to sing the titles of the comics.
Need more energy from you. Could you sing the title?
Ooh.
Okay. So my friend from like oh my god, since the 6th grade, he came over. He also collects like comics, but specifically Fantastic Four. He gave me a couple of them that he had doubles of, and he gave me the doubles. Fantastic Four. Issue.
Oh,
Dang.
Yeah.
no
yeah.
way. No
Ace.
way.
Ace, look away. Look away from the screen, Ace.
Warning, 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 warning. Banger alert, banger alert. Holy fucking shit. Look at that fucking book. Oh my fucking god. Look at that fucking book. Oh my god. Look at that book. Jesus. Oh my god.
I like turtles.
Yeah, Fantastic Four 32. Anyway, so yeah. And then the next one he gave me was Fantastic Four.
No way.
So you win New Comic Day today.
Yeah, you for sure won.
Who? What? I've never heard of this title. Can you tell us more?
Fantastic Four.
Nice.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature.
Challengers of the Unknown. It's that.
Is that some kind of thing there, or like what?
Yeah.
It's
don't know.
the
Grim
thing.
Grim. The
Mhm.
thing.
He looks. I had a really rough Dookie earlier. He looks very similar in that particular image. I'm just saying. Mine wasn't
Thank you
wearing
for that
shorts.
that breakdown. We appreciate it.
All right.
I can't wait to eat dinner tonight.
So my
Let me tell you about it. Hurt. Let me tell you how bad it hurt.
Listen, I work in a lab, and I've I've been off the I've not been on site there for a minute, and so when I got back, like the grad students and the other like um research scientists, like they gave me this thing, and it says, "You're getting slabbed." Okay?
That's cool. That's cool. That's fucking cool.
That's really
And
good.
then-
That's really good.
And then like they all wrote me a note. We miss you too much and never want you to leave, and we are bribing you with a comic slab. So they all signed this, and they're all pitching in and getting me a slab.
That is so awesome. I
love it.
That is so
That's
cool.
pretty
Isn't like the sweetest thing ever?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck.
That's getting slabbed right into a frame.
Dude, it's just a bunch of science nerds that don't know shit about comics. They just hear me blab on about it all the fucking time. And
I
since
love
I've been
it.
away,
Pretty
they
cool.
missed me.
Pretty
Anyways, Kodak moment over. All right.
Get out of my face.
Wow.
I'm done.
Black, did you pick up any books?
I did.
Ooh, let's take a look.
Some people were asking what's with the haircut, and
You wanted to
Watch
look
the
more
video.
beautiful?
Gotta
Comic
watch
Zombie
the
was the only
video.
one that got it. I got.
Oh,
the Oliver
I got
Tree.
it too.
Yeah. Oh, Kirk got it. So I got the Oliver Tree haircut.
That is hella clean.
I did a video on the graphic novel for Oliver Tree and the vinyl, and I interviewed the artist, and the letterer was Justin Birch. People I know from in the community here, over at Two Brothers Comics. But that was
Justin's
really
cool.
fun, and I had to get a bold
Justin's
touch up
great.
for it because Oliver's my favorite.
It's hilarious. Dude.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
doesn't
I
Justin
love it.
actually have some work inside of Crackle Volume 3, or is that a different Justin Birch?
He does. Yeah, there's only one Justin Birch. Justin,
I did read it right.
Bravo.
He's a cool dude. Hey, Justin. I didn't realize how funny he was too. He was actually really funny.
He has a pretty good collection too.
Oh, he does. His collection's insane. I read Saga.
Dang,
I
need
see
to
you got.
get-
I see you got the titty in the mouth edition. Well
Yeah.
done.
Mouth
done.
titty. Thought Ace
Hey,
might
Ace.
appreciate this one as well. Are you there, Ace?
It's very nice.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I'm keen to read more. To get caught up for when it comes back in January, right?
Yep.
And Tyler sent me a bunch of stuff. We've got a huge unboxing coming soon.
Nice.
It'll be coming over the weekend, surely. But I'm going to show you a quick couple of things from that because it's some things that I've read and I've enjoyed a bit of a teaser for things to come. But I got it's what feeds it. This is the trade for that. It's only
Alright.
3 issues. Clicks or 3 issues. It's pretty small, but it's pretty little fun, little horror thing. Some dark art, good stuff. I heard you talking about Bad Idea before.
No.
I really wanted to get some Bad Idea comics, and like there's, I think only like 2 stores in all of Australia that are selling them, and they're all like a couple of days away from me. So I've got
This
Tyler sent me-
motherfucker said these comic shops are a couple of days away from me, like it was nothing.
Yeah, I
You know
peeped
what?
that too. God damn.
I believe that. I believe that.
Ernie,
I got
to
so I
get
got
these comics.
Walesville versus was it and Rocks and Minerals.
we're twinsies.
Ooh,
Nice.
It's a
Winning.
one shot.
Twinsies.
Twinsies.
Oh, wait, let him grab it. Let him grab it. You should have given him a heads up. There it is.
Double Daddy.
You gotta work on the fly on this show.
That's nice. That's nice.
Double Daddies are my favorite.
Double
I
dip.
enjoyed Walesville a lot, but Rocks and Minerals was really fucking weird. What do you reckon, man? You in the same boat?
I haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it. Has anyone read this? No.
I haven't, but the image is very evocative of the story of what's his name got swallowed. Jonah got swallowed by the
Moby Dick?
whale. No,
Yeah, I have to see if my
Pinocchio.
shop. I don't think my shop got this, even though they usually pick
mean,
a
I
bad
get-
idea.
it kind of reminds me a little bit of Old Man in the Sea. I mean, you got the guy in the yellow slicker, And then on
I'll
top of
get
that,
you, Moby Dick.
right? Yeah.
Robert felt the same way.
I'm sure Judah has it. Judah, what was the story like? Was it good?
So Will was super sad at the end.
Yeah, he looked sad at the beginning too.
Yeah.
Please don't myrtleize me.
Any?
Nice.
One.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That cover's really good too.
Three,
nice.
And 4.
How long did the story go for?
I think the first and last cover are the best out of the lot.
Oh yeah.
That first one that you got was the best for me personally.
This was really cool to finally read these. Shout out to fucking Tyler for being an awesome guy. Yeah, because Matt Kint is one of my favorites, like Mick was saying as well, and he was doing a lot of shit for Bad Idea, and I couldn't get any of it, so fucking I'm thankful for Tyler to hook me up. But I was showing Miracle Man, we've got a new segment on our show called Slab It or Whack It, and we show a comic book and we get the chat to vote if we should slab the comic book or whack it. And the chat voted that we should whack it, and this was the comic book here.
God damn.
Yes.
You poor bastard.
I just want to let you know, if anybody who is in Wax audience is here right now, I'm going to personally drive to your home and whack you. All right? I just want to throw that out there. I don't care if you're in Australia, Canada,
man, so good.
Brazil.
So good.
I will find you, and I will take bloody vengeance upon you for what has happened to this beautiful book.
Yeah, it got all the way through. So what they wanted me to say, the chat voted that I had to whack it, and the guest got to decide how I whacked it, and he wanted me to chop it up like the butcher did. We had the butcher on.
Sound like some dark web shit.
we had the butcher on, and he.
How do you want your comic to be whacked?
But yeah, that's that. If you want Miracle Man, I could
whack. That's more bloody and disgusting than a regular issue of Red Room.
Yeah.
And I even rolled it up like a sushi at the end and tried to cut it, but it was too thick. It didn't go through.
Jesus Christ.
Did you dip any? And
oh, you got this motherfucker! Like, what are you doing here?
Camera, yeah. Did you shiver?
Somebody give me a crocodile. I'm gonna throw it right out a window. Hold on a second.
We're getting ASMR right now. Like
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I literally just kicked a koala bear. I literally. I am now throwing Vegemite down the garbage disposal.
Nope, stop talking, go to jail.
All right, I'm finished.
That was horrific.
Black Comics and I used to be really good friends.
Black Comics, everybody.
Love you, Miracle Man. It wasn't my fault.
Sorry, man. You're the one person who can get away with it.
I've still got issue 1. I'm gonna try and hold on to that for a little while.
Try to hang on to that one.
Yeah, I'll try.
Heartbreaker.
Issue 1 after all issue 1s are worth money, aren't they?
I mean, all of them. All issue 1s. Most of them say first issue collector's edition, so you know it's worth
only
a lot of money.
Pathetic issue 2. Who wants a pathetic issue 2?
Pathetic. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Walkies. Good night, everybody.
Just jump out the window.
So, Comics on the Mind and Ace. I don't know if you're there right now, Ace. Comics on the Mind. You got any comics?
You have weeks of comics.
Weeks. You might be in the running against Miracle Man up there.
You never know.
All right, so I was glad to pick up this issue number 2. I didn't get the A cover. I think this is B cover, but I like this one more than the original cover. So.
Oh, guess what we forgot to do?
Is that issue 3?
Oh, my intro. What's up? What's up?
It's your intro.
Now, I'd like you to think of something specific of your organization, and that you will not object to having disclosed.
Yes, I have something. Do I have to close my eyes?
It doesn't matter.
All right, yes, I have something.
These are comic books, and they're soaked. Soaked. Look, man, this is all soaking wet. That makes them worth nothing. Shitola.
They dry by cells.
You don't. I'm with you. I collect comic books. You don't dry them out. They're done.
You're gonna take Spider-Man, the plutonium, Scotland. I didn't see that.
Comics on the mind.
Oh,
we have to. That's our next collab video right there, Kirk. We have to recreate that.
Yes, yes. That would be awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
I got issue number 4 of Everfrost. I've been digging the story.
Hell yeah.
Mother's trying to get
my boy Ryan K. Lindsay.
It's been really good. I can't wait to read this. This is going on the top of the read list tonight. Hardware number 2, issue number 2. Been digging the whole milestone reemergence. It's been really cool. It's our boy, Jeff Lemire.
Yeah.
I finally read May's book last week, and I loved it. It was so good.
Sad, right?
Yeah, for sure it is. I'm a couple issues behind, but here's issue 10 of Homesick. I have all the issues. I just gotta catch up on reading it. But it's been a really good series. Here's that super duper thick issue 50 of Immortal Hulk. Here's 49 of Avengers.
I'm jealous you got the A cover.
Oh, we could trade.
No, I pass.
Because I for sure, exactly. Because I for sure want that copy you got. Here's Iron Man issue number 13. Been loving these Alex Ross covers. The story has been really great too. Here's Mighty Morphin number 12. I've been digging the Power Rangers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the art change? Or am I tripping? Here's issue 15, but this art looks way different than the other previous covers. Let me know if I'm tripping or not. But here's issue 15 of Money Shots.
No one said anything, so I'm just gonna say that you're tripping.
I'm tripping. Yeah, I guess I'm tripping.
Tripping balls.
Here's Savage Avengers issue number 25. Been digging this series. I don't know. I think am I the only one here reading this?
I didn't read it, but I know that that's a Kang storyline, and apparently Conan's in there going, holy shit, you have an amazing warehouse of cool stuff from people that you've murdered. I like your style.
Here's Protective Comics. What is this? 1043. Still a couple issues behind, but I will eventually catch up. My shop is tripping. I gotta talk to them, but here's issue 4 of Locust, but I only have issue 1.
Wow.
But this was on my pool, so I don't know why they didn't put 2 or 3 on my pool. So
they had something weird with distribution on that. They came out,
and that's probably why. It ain't the first time, because it happened with Finger Guns too. That's why I had to buy Finger Guns on the Bay. But here's Cinnamon number 3.
Nice.
I love this series. This is so funny. Basically, a kitty with a overactive imagination. So here's Crossover issue number 8.
Nice.
Resistance Uprising. Still, I'm just basically getting this to until I finish it. Well, it's basically finished. So now I can read the whole thing. Definitely go on the top of the read. Something's Killing the Children, issue number 20. I've been digging this series. Undiscovered Country. I personally love it, but I think it should have ended a while back. It's just It just keeps on going.
It feels like that first story arc, like they plan, like we're probably only getting one story arc out, right? And they did that story.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, sales are good still. Let's keep it rolling. And it's not bad. I'm enjoying it myself. But
I like a new car. Let's keep this gravy train going.
Basically,
the movie deal.
They already
No way, for real?
Already option.
Like, yeah, before the first issue came out.
Yep.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. But I would love to see that on the big screen. Here's Thor number 12, number 17, not 12. I can't even remember when the last Thor issue came out before this one. So I'm like, I might have to go back to 16 and like it definitely has been a minute.
And
here's
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Much has been happening.
Yeah. I've been digging yeah. I'll be glad when they have a new one coming out.
Hey, guess what that entire issue and the next issue is about? Where's Thor's hammer?
Man.
Again? Didn't like some farmer issue back a couple issues back?
Yeah, they found it. Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually a good one.
I like that one. Yeah. Just
he
some
put Tony
average
Stark's
Joe.
phone number on the side of it.
Yep. Hilarious. You gotta stop doing this, man. Here's Batman number 114.
It was a much better. I remember the Thor series when he came back after Civil War, and he was pissed off at Tony, and he was like,
"You talking about Unworthy Thor?"
Yeah, before Unworthy. This is before Unworthy, right after Civil War.
When Straczynski was on it, and
that's a one that I gotta get.
And there's no more Valhalla. There's no more nothing because you bastards destroyed it all.
Right?
Yeah, isn't it on Earth? Like part of like Asgard is on Earth now.
Yeah, the city ends up being on Earth, and that's where all the gods they're living inside the bodies of mortals, and he has to go and free them, and yada yada yada. But the opening story arc, right as Thor came back, remember in Civil War, Tony Stark had if Tony Hawk did it, that would have been cool too. But Tony Stark had
Tony Hawk in a fucking Iron Man suit.
I know that would be epic.
Can you imagine the fucking rails that motherfucker could do? Anyway,
on the moon.
Now I lost my train of thought. Okay, so he remember in Civil War he had cloned Thor off of a hair follicle, and so Thor was a little pissed off at Tony. So when he first came back, Tony was like, "Oh, hey, Thor," and Thor reminded him, "You are a little man in a metal suit, and I'm the god of thunder and lightning. And if you piss me off again, I will fry your fucking balls off," is essentially what he says. Being a Marvel book, he didn't say balls, but you kind of got the gist.
It was,
Phillip, any mention of balls being fried off in any of your stories?
Mine? No,
yeah. If you could incorporate that, I'd love it. I just,
That's if I can get it quickly.
You don't even have to give me any credit. You just be like balls fried off.
There are actual penis.
Oh my
balls.
God. There is a dingle. There is a dingle.
Dingleberries.
It is like,
Tiny
the parents are like, "Can I give this to my kid?" I'm like, no.
No. Yeah.
Talking about Tony Hawk, that I just learned that he was the stunt double for Kurt Russell in Escape from New York when he was that terrible surfing scene. Remember that?
I do, but that's crazy.
That was Tony Hawk.
That was Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Corbin Doll?
Escape from New York is a far superior film. Let's not shit on that because of the existence of Escape from LA. Okay, which is essentially Escape from New York, but in LA and shittier. Yeah.
Much shittier.
True story. I had a chance to buy the film reel for Escape from LA. That you would actually play in a movie theater.
Random.
I was at a place that like a locker at an auction that had from a movie theater that had gone out of business, probably from showing Escape from LA, and they wanted $25, and I said, "Fuck that."
To $25?
Yeah, I should have bought it.
You really like that movie?
I should have bought it, but I did not buy it.
Do you even have a reel-to-reel player?
Would it matter?
We got YouTube. You can find some way to set it up.
Right, I could have figured a way out, but I turned it down and I walked away because It is it is bad. That's true, Michael.
I don't know. This might be the comment of the night now.
Yeah, he wins.
Ding, ding,
Anyway,
ding.
sorry, Comics on the Mind. Did you have more books to show us?
I got 3 more.
Let's deal, baby.
Don't you mean 3 more weeks?
No, not 3 more weeks.
He's caught up.
I was quick. I was quick tonight.
He's quick. He's moving through them.
Yeah, here's
I also kept
Batman.
my fucking mouth shut for a while. That helps.
The adventure continues.
Nice.
Issue number 5. I love the storyline. And then the last 2 are going on the top of the read pile. Like, I'm reading this exactly after I finish chatting with you beautiful people. I'm so glad I finally got my hands on this. But here's issue number 1 of The Me You Love in the Dark.
Yeah.
To read it. I heard this was really good.
Really good. Really
good love story.
Yeah.
So,
Scotty Young is surprisingly such a good writer.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying that, but like there's a bunch of stuff that he's written that's been really good.
He wrote I Hate Fairyland, right?
Yeah.
I thought
Middle West is great. Like
Middle West is what made me say that he's an amazing writer. Like I thought I Hate Fairyland was okay, but
no one says it. Strange Academy.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. That's like I love Strange Academy because issue number 12 come out recently? Is it 12 or 13?
Yeah. I have no idea. I haven't read it.
Yeah, it's good.
I have every issue. I'm losing track on what issue number is what anymore because there's such a glut of just content.
Yeah, there is.
I like the smile over here on Phillip. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of that stuff by Michael.
I just recently moved like 6 months ago, and I put all my floppies in boxes, and they've yet to be even opened. And it's like, I have so much I need to unpack. That's the thing. Like I got issue 5 of Layla Star, and that's the end of it. And I'm pretty sure I got all the other issues like while I moved. So they're around here somewhere. It's like I don't have to go digging through boxes. But if there's, I think this week Engine Ward ended of all comics, and I've been, that's issue 12. So I definitely have old issues that I'm gonna have to go digging through all these boxes, through all my long boxes and stuff to find the previous issues. But everything's stacked up. I don't know. When we moved, my wife and I had, I think it was 26 boxes of books, and that's between comic books and not comic books.
Nudie magazines. Miracle Man's familiar with that.
I have no clue what you're talking about. Literally no idea whatsoever. I do have some porn comics within arm's reach, though. Right here, I can actually grab some right now.
Not surprised.
Hey, remember the braid. Remember the braid.
Kirk is just trying to show off his last comic book that he's got here.
And we're just talking right over it.
No, I finished. It was just
you finished? That was it?
Yeah, I'm done.
That was it. All right.
So, is Ace back yet? We're going to take that as a no. So now the next person up is, well, y'all know me, y'all love him.
So the fun of Miracle Man, what Alan Moore did that was so brilliant, Michael Moran has grown up and he's in his 40s, he's overweight, he's sad. There's something that he can't remember.
You gotta woo somebody real quick.
Yeah, every week. You know what I don't remember? Why do I show up to do this goddamn show? That's what I.
Because we love you. That's why.
Well.
Hey Rob, cut to me real quick.
Oh, you fucking son of a bitch!
You were literally too stupid to insult.
Goddamn. Goddamn. All right.
Oh,
so I got a lot of books actually coming in. So I did not buy, but unfortunately, I did not buy a lot today. What the fuck is that, man?
I was laughing at Michael's comment. The fun of Miracle Man is that it's no fun. I was lying about the fun part.
That's true.
Sorry.
So,
sorry.
God damn, Michael, There's a lot of abuse on this show, man.
Oh,
A
your
lot of abuse.
books.
All right. You're mean. You're mean too, lady. All right. So listen, Friday, I got to go back and pick up the rest of this week's books on Friday. I only grabbed 3 new books today.
Really?
I only bought 3 new books today. I have a shit ton of them sitting in my bin. I had to wait until Friday to get them. I had to be an adult. I needed tires and a battery and groceries. And I was like,
Show
all right. So first up, we got the Immortal Hulk number 50.
Thank you.
It was great. It was great. Then from Vault Comics, this book is crazy good. Dead Box number 2.
Oh, I could have
Really
I could have picked that up today.
Really fun.
I had to be an adult too.
Yeah. and last but not least from this week, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina number 9. Guys, I have waited for this book for 4 long years. The last issue came out in August of 2017.
There are 3 of us here that have been waiting for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and just to let you guys know, there was a flash sale that I caught. I don't know if I DM'd you guys about this, but there was a flash sale that I caught from the Archie website, and I was able to get the Occult hardcover edition there for $7.99. Go check it out. It might still be going on Archie's site. It's the whole collection of all the Sabrina books, issues 1 through 8, plus a bunch of stuff that was like behind the scenes stuff from the TV show and like promotional art and shit. Check it out. I did post that on the tweeters. But I did get some back issues. I did get a couple back issues. Here we got Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. Number 3 here. This is from. You're going to be doing that an awful lot with this pile, fam. Here we got Barbed Wire, number 9. From the original Dark Horse run there. The Barbed Wire stuff was actually pretty good. Here's issue number 4. It's actually pretty good. Dark Horse, for a very brief period of time, tried to do superheroes. They had a whole superhero universe. I think it was called Comics Greatest Heroes or something like that. Here's number 7. And Barbed Wire was one of them. She was kind of like, it's just not, assassin's the wrong word, but she did kill people for money. That's not all she did, though. Dead World number 14. That's not a sexual innuendo. Dead World was published by Caliber. It was it was actually.
I like that cover.
It was The Walking Dead before Walking Dead.
Yeah.
But it never hit.
First appearance of a crow.
Right. It never really hit. It never really, like, it didn't blow up, but it had a solid readership. It went to IDW and went to a couple other places after Caliber stopped publishing. Here we have Swamp Thing number 70, getting really close to finish off that Swamp Thing run. From our good friends over at Vault, Resident number 5. Trying to finish that up so I can read it straight through. Here we got a nice later What If. This is issue number 112.
Oh, that looks like some 90s goodness.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did actually find a place that has basically all of those one-shots, but they want like $4 a piece on them. I'm a cheap fuck. I ain't going to pay that for it. Here we got Resident number 4.
The deals. Oh,
right.
Nice.
Right. If I came in here, I was like, I paid $4 for all these books. You guys would call me. You guys would say, who the fuck are you and what have you done?
$4? Do I look like a millionaire to you?
Right. Right. You guys know how many comics I normally buy in a week. You think I could keep doing that if every one of them cost me $4? Here's a Lady Death swimsuit special number 1 from the original
I've
Chaos
seen this
run.
cover before.
Nice, right?
One.
Yeah.
There's
like
2.
The hair.
There's 2 different ones. This one is no, it's not. There's no raised or anything. A couple of the other Lady Death books. Again, these are from the Chaos run. This is the sneak preview to her Odyssey miniseries. And here we have, I forget which. This might be the Crucible. Issue number 3 of the Crucible, Lady Death. That's Stephen Hughes art. Nothing can replicate it. And without the Stephen Hughes and Brian Pulido writing, none of the Chaos stuff was ever the same. They sold off most of the properties to Dynamite. Pulido, I think he lost Lady Death's rights, and then he got them back again. He took them over to Avatar, and then they created Boundless just for him. And then he's like, I don't need you guys. I started doing Kickstarter. Now he gets, he does Brian Pulido does Kickstarters. He'll do a live stream, and I shit you not, in like 30 minutes. I don't know. I'd like to see read too. In like 30 minutes, Brian Pulido will raise like $90,000. It's absolutely insane.
It's a party every time he does one of those.
It is
raise money.
Oh yeah. Here we have another preview. This was a preview of I think there was the
Damn, that's a nice cover.
Yeah, when he first started the Boundless line. I think that's what that one's from. Here we got Barbed Wire number 6. Just about finished off that original series now. A little of the old Hack Slash. This is Resurrection number 11 with Vampirella. Here we have the last 2 issues I needed of this series finally done. It is DMZ number 16 and number 20. In case you guys didn't know, DMZ was optioned quite a long time ago. It's taken it forever to come out, but it's just about to come out. And the premise behind the comic, which now listen, Brian Wood is a bit problematic. I'm going to just say it off the bat. A bit problematic. Okay. Look him up, but make your own opinion. Form your own opinion. I would say I probably wouldn't buy any new product from him, for my opinion. But, he did this book back, 2000? And essentially it's almost what we had the last 4 years, or what we're probably going to have in 4 years, where the country was divided, and New York City was the DMZ, was the demilitarized zone between two factions, an ultra-nationalistic faction and, a faction that, actually still followed the American government.
They had this in trade, right?
Yes.
I might pick this up.
I
think I've heard of this.
It is a good read.
That's trippy.
It is a good read. Yeah, it's a good read. Last book I'm going to show, guys. Here we got a prestige format. This is Wonder Woman, the Once and Future story.
Once and Future.
Now listen, look, I'm going to show you who did this, and if you didn't know who did it, you're going to want it after I show you. Trina Robbins and Colleen Doran. Jackson Glees too. I mean, solid, but Trina Robbins and Colleen Doran, I don't know how many books they've done together, but 2 fantastic creators. Colleen Doran is one of the greatest illustrators working in comics, in my opinion. I think she's fantastic. Trina Robbins, also just top-notch creator. Definitely a book that's worth picking up. Again, don't know how many opportunities they've ever had to work together. Doubt there's going to be a whole lot more coming up in the future. But I highly recommend it. I read it as soon as I got it, and I loved the book. So it's a little bit older. This is back when DC was pumping out prestige formats, so it's a square bound. This is probably circa the Nail era, if you read the Nail. But it shouldn't be a whole lot of money. I think once people actually start paying attention to it, this one here will be a little bit more popular of a book. But that's it.
And that's Alan Davis?
No, that's
because I know he did the Nail, and that's what I'm familiar with when you say
right.
that.
No, I just mean that era, that time period of when they were doing books. I think, let's see. Yeah, Robbins, Doran, Glees, Saladino was the letter, and Chris Chuckry did colors. Let me see if I can give you some art real quick here from the interiors. Here looks like, the art's very solid.
Oh yeah,
very solid. Fantastic. So really well done. Again, Colleen Doran. She's great. She did the Orbiter, which is like one of my favorite sci-fi books of the 21st century. Just beautiful, just a beautiful illustrator, and seemingly a beautiful human being. Absolutely adore her on the tweeters.
Love it. So Ace, do you have some books?
Yeah.
All right. Should I even bother playing the intro to you, or should I wait till I get a brand new one? And Jesus Christ, man!
Can we get that video, the "Don't Hurt Me No More"? Can we play that for Whack real quick? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Ow.
So, what exactly is the problem? Tell Dr. Wurst. It's Swole Black Cat. I see her in my dreams. It is okay. Swole Black Cat cannot hurt you. But what if I want her to hurt me? What? What? Over to you, Ace.
I didn't get anything today, but I got stuff last week. Got Buffy.
Buffy.
The Conjuring. Rapture.
Is that good? I almost picked that up today.
Yeah, I read it a couple of months ago. It was good. Last book you'll ever read. The Love in the Dark.
Were there nudes on that issue of Last Book You'll Ever Read?
No,
There were nudes for 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think so. I think the third one's coming out later.
Oh,
him and his
so
cucumber.
So Comics on the Mind had a question about that money shot. Is that a new artist?
Yeah, they switched artists.
That's what I figured.
A few issues back.
Yeah.
I knew I
When it
wasn't
came back-
crazy.
When the book was gone, and came back. They switched artists. Nice.
Oh, okay.
And she's great. She's it's definitely a different art style, but I enjoy her very much. She is also another fun person on the tweeters.
Gotcha.
Van Helsing, nice.
Fishnets
Nice.
for Rob.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at anything there.
More Wonder Woman goodness.
Yeah. The shop's had a bunch of back issues lately, and this is the stuff I read of my great grandma, so. Okay.
Oh, nice. If it's not comic related, you can always be replaced. Nice.
It was just ibuprofen.
Ouch.
Whatever.
Oh, very nice.
And that's, oh, wait.
I might have an extra special cover coming of that Wonder Woman 80th anniversary.
Simon
There.
and Schuster sent me this for my comic club, so that was very nice of them.
Oh, nice.
Then got a quick and easy guide to queer trans identity that everyone should read.
Yes.
And then a quick and easy guide to they them pronouns, which I'm requiring everybody in my life to read. So read that. And that's it. Stop showing my face.
Those were
Stop
all
showing my face.
And those were all their books. Oh boy, I guess that leaves just me now, huh?
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
Nobody
It's the
exists
hand-
on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's gonna die. Come watch TV. Wow, hey, look, you guys, the sun's rising.
Yeah, so what's in the briefcase? So go ahead.
I'm just laughing.
You're looking.
Everyone
you're
laughs
very,
at this. This is the
You're
worst
looking-
because this is what I got. And
You're
let's
looking
face it.
very handsome, Rob.
You're looking handsome. Yeah, don't say
I
I'm
think
looking
you're
handsome.
handsome.
Yeah.
Well, I now appreciate that. I feel more confident now.
Good.
I feel slightly
Get to
less
it, you chud.
confident that not everything fits
Confidence
in
you
the case
sport
anymore
is.
because there's so much stuff that comes out every single week here. So here we go. I'm going to start with the shortest stack. All the Independents. Here we go. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Number 9. We already saw that from Miracle Man earlier, but it's a Robert Hack cover, and I'm just really excited this book is back. As he said, 2017, that's been way too long for it to come back. I heard that they were working on something like a TV show.
Turns out.
I don't know why I'm still collecting this, but here we are. I'm hoping that if I read it all in one shot, maybe it'll make a little bit more sense. Maybe. I don't know. So this one book that I picked up today, it's because of the writer. And the writer of this created a little something we like to call Adam, the Legend of Blue Marvel. It's Kevin Greview.
Oh, no way.
So I'm really excited to read this one right here. And I know that Michael...
That came out today?
That came out today. There were a couple copies left at the shop, so if they didn't sell out, I'll see if I can wind up picking up a copy.
I didn't even. I'll see if my shop has that. I didn't even peep that.
Now, one of my annoyances this week, we had issue 3 of the second print of White, number 3, because let's face it, none of us are going to be getting a first print. And if we are, we're going to be paying $30 and up for it. And I'm not doing that.
I might do that. I know.
So my dealer,
I'm gonna wait.
So my dealer is going to lend me the trade paperback of Black. So this will make more sense because I'm not understanding everything that's going on in here.
Oh, you haven't even read it yet. Dang.
Well, I feel as though I should really be reading his first work, Black, before I really get back into reading this. So I'm not going to read issue 3 yet. I'm going to hold off. But then again, considering the volume of crap that I pick up from every single week, and it's not to say that it's crap, but a lot of it is. So here we go. Batman 89, issue number 3. I think that's weed in the bag, but I'm not sure.
Might be.
I don't know. You all can let me know in the comments.
Why you got weed in the bag?
I don't know. I should probably have that. Here's Superman and the Authority, number 4, last issue there because it's all crossing over with Action Comics and the fact that big bad Superman, sexy bod dad is now going off into space so that his son can rightfully take his place. Here we got Batman Urban Legends, issue number 8. I am not 100% if this is the issue that picks up where it's going to be Tim going on his first date. Let's see here. Writer couldn't be wronger. I couldn't be righter. Get to the Man Wolf. I'll get to the Man Wolf. First, I'm going with the DCs. I can't blow everything all at the very beginning. You have to save something up. Like Booster Gold and a little bit of Blue Beetle. And we even get a debut of Skeets' new friend, I guess. You read it, haven't you?
I haven't seen it yet. No, I didn't grab it. So there's only 3. I only grabbed those 3 books.
Yeah, I need to grab those too. I almost did, but I had the budget.
Yeah, I understand that, and it's a good series. But if I had to drop a bunch of stuff, it's mostly going to be DC stuff, and most of it's going to be Batman adjacent. But not this. I'm hearing that a lot of people are picking up the Super Sons now that Superman was aged up from being a kid, and that happened a few years ago. So new character is the gay one.
I definitely want to read the original story.
It's so good. All of the Tomasi stuff with Damian and John. It's excellent.
Yeah.
I can't really speak to this. I've only read the first issue, but now that we have 6 issues and they're kind of putting it out like manga, all black and white. Hopefully it'll be a nice quick read, and it's just the future state is putting me off having that in the title. Here is my cover of the week. I Am Batman 3. It's very dark, but just the presentation of it alone is nice. Joker issue number 8. We get some more Tinian before he hops on over to that other company, the Subs thing that puts out things that probably they shouldn't, and maybe vet some other artists and writers. I don't know. Here's Justice League Last Ride by Zdarsky, about the only reason why I'd really want to go and read anything from
Derek Robertson covers. Man, Derek Robertson could draw, soup cans, and I would buy the shit out of him.
And the cover B to this is amazing too.
Put it on my wall.
Right.
But I prefer that.
Oh.
Right.
Now, what's this here? I can't blow everything at the very beginning. That's not what your girlfriend tells me.
Hey.
Hello.
But all right, so here we got Strange Adventures number 12. I think this is the B cover.
Yeah. I love Evan Doc Shaner. I love his work. I love Mitch. I love Tom. This one took a little while for me. This one seemed like it took a little long for me.
So I read the first 2 issues and went, Tom King maxi series cannot be read monthly. Yeah. They have to
read straight
all
through
at once.
Got to read straight through.
Otherwise, you lose the nuance.
Yep.
Now, here's another one where I'm really not reading it. I'm just picking it up for the covers only. Is Wonder Woman 780 cover B. Becky Cloonan.
Cover.
Dude, she's been traveling through the multiverse.
Really?
Yes, it's actually a killer story. I have bits and pieces. I'm trying to put them all together. In one issue, she's on the Earth where they're gender swapped, so she has to fight Wonder Man.
Oh, I remember you were talking about that a while back.
Yeah,
That's
man.
hilarious.
It's worth a read. It's worth a read.
Well, I will be getting around to it then. Now, this one here, I am probably going to take a little read to because this will not stay in the collection. This is going into the ACE Fund for children that would like to read comics and get involved and read comic
nice.
books.
Very
How
nice.
better
Nice.
than young Wonder Woman?
Very cool.
Thank you.
Michael, that series is good, but just as Rob said, you got to read it straight through. I honestly think they're doing it wrong with Tom King. They should just let him do OGNs.
Yeah, but
don't do periodicals. Tom's
I
writing
think
is
they're
not
just maximizing their sales on that one, which makes some sense.
probably.
Would as many people buy it if it was just a thick, hard,
I'm sure they would.
or soft trade paperback?
I'm sure they wouldn't.
All right, so here's the Marvel stuff. This is what everybody wanted to know. Did you get fucked up, damaged Marvel books this week? A couple. So Penguin isn't perfect. Much better, heads and shoulders of better than last week, which is still not saying much. So a lot of these still had some bent corners, but they weren't crunched all together like the last package. But Marvel, it is really time to go and watch that movie, Glengarry Glen Ross. Go and hire fucking Alec Baldwin to come in, tell everybody over at Penguin, everybody put down what you are doing right now. The person that wins first place gets a car. Second place, steak knives. Third place, there is no third place. You're fired.
God damn.
Get everybody on the same page. Come on,
Honestly, man, I wanted to ask you, man, and I'm sorry. Somebody brought this up who watches the show, and I got to ask you, is your shop not getting you replacement copies?
So that's the thing. You might put in for a replacement copy, but you will just not really know whether you will receive it or not. DCBS, they wound up having entire shipment just go up and missing.
Right.
Now, we had somebody on the Twitter, we know him as Crash, but he said, I'm done. I'm out. No more new stuff. I've been collecting Black Widow, and they said they can't get replacements. I'm not going to go and pay $10 for shipping just to pick up a new issue that just came out this past week. And I identify with that. 1 week is bad for Marvel. 2 is going to be catastrophic to the casual reader. But that's just me. I could be wrong. So these are the books I picked up. Marvel. Here is a back issue. It's the first appearance of Lady Deathstrike.
Yeah.
So Miracle Man is kind of like Lady Deathstrike. Here, I picked up Lady Deathstrike. I picked up Lady. Motherfucker, I got to pick up Lady that finally happened today.
I think I have like 4 copies.
I'm glad to have the one.
One. Look, I even cut my
finger. Same here. I'm glad to have the one.
Miracle Man flopping his dick out all over the place.
Well, you
Flippity
know,
flop,
what
flippity flop.
baby.
I'm more curious what's going on here.
Wow. Catastrophic failure. That's what that is. That's what we call that.
Don't die.
I dropped my gravity.
All right.
What happened?
Michael's been wanting to see this. This is my first appearance of Man Wolf.
I'm going to show you my Man Wolf right after this.
J. Jonah Jameson's son.
That's pretty cool.
He's a fucking werewolf. Hey, look, it was even chewed on by a rat.
Nice. That's the real good fucking comic.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I have a couple gnawed on books.
Yeah.
Hey,
but it wasn't a rat, it was a rabbit.
Earlier. So my favorite comic book that I have that was chewed on by a rat that's not my Marvel Mystery Comics 89 is this. My rat chewed copy of the
Brother
first appearance
Voodoo.
of Brother Voodoo.
Nice.
You can definitely tell a rat gnawed on it there.
Oh, yeah.
And
Little
there.
nudge. Little nudge.
Otherwise,
Get
it
the
looks
old
really
nudge.
nice, but rats.
Nudge.
Would you know on it?
I'll take a rat-eaten copy.
Hashtag nudge.
Hashtag buy the comics that have been gnawed on by mice.
Right.
You're not losing
They need
anything.
love too.
Maybe-
They need
maybe
love
like
too.
a little bit. All right,
Show
so
'em
here's
love.
Amazing Spider-Man. They did not get cover A. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was saying, you know what, they screwed up again. They didn't get a single copy of cover A of the new Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know if this is going to be like a big hot book or something, but it kind of made me raise my eyebrow going, oh, shit, is this going to be a $20 book I have to buy on fucking eBay? God damn it. I don't want to do that. But no, it's probably just Penguin. I don't even know anymore. Here's my 49 with bent corner.
Wow.
Fun times.
Honestly, man, I if your shop isn't, listen, my shop has gotten bad books in before and has gotten me a replacement copy every single time.
Well,
Every
at
time.
this point, I'm just happy to get one to read, because if in the event they do not get a replacement copy, I don't want to hunt down for like one book from
Fair.
How many titles am I reading a month
That's
now?
fair.
Don't count that. Please don't. It would be like back in my old drinking days, like, so how many bottles of vodka do you drink in a month? I'm like, don't actually count it up. It's like a cigarette smoker. I don't really smoke because I don't buy cartons.
That's not how that works.
I know that's not how that works. But that's how we rationalize shit out. Like,
No.
why am I buying Gamma Flate?
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
still,
you know
that's
what?
still a good, nice cover, though.
It's a nice cover, but this it started out okay and then just didn't. It just stayed.
It's not bad. It's not Immortal Hulk.
Looking forward to this, but whew,
Yeah. It was a
I'm
quick
gonna need
read
to
for me,
let some
man.
time aside
Tore
for
through
this
it.
one.
There's a 4-page fold out in the center.
Spoilers.
Ooh, worth it. Okay.
Yeah, hashtag spoilers.
Oops. All right. Back to the comments over here. Yeah, Ava remembers smoking. I remember that too once. I'm glad I don't. Not cigarettes no more. So I picked up a bunch of old Incredible Hulks. So I'm going to start with the first appearance of the UFOs. I sent a copy
That's
of
pretty
this
cool.
to Lady Fantastic a long time ago, forgetting
Nice.
the first appearance of the UFOs. Oops. Here's the first appearance of Sabra.
Sabre.
Here is another appearance of my kitty.
Kitty. Where? I can't see Kitty.
Where's the kitty?
Incredible
You won't
Hulk
see
is
her.
Sabre.
You'll hear her. Sabre?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's Saber.
Sabre.
Oh, The Office. You don't remember Saber?
Yeah, I
Sabre?
remember.
Yeah, see,
Barely.
Whack knows what I'm talking about.
Barely. Just like the Arabian Night. I don't know
Yeah.
much about the Arabian Night.
I think
I
both of
finished
those.
watching The Office again, and I started watching it from the beginning.
Nice. Nice.
I've never watched The Office.
That's what
Wow.
that's what
It's
my
not
life
worth
is,
it.
watching The Office on repeat. I love The Office.
I'm sorry. This is the end of my appearance on the Not Near Mint show. I can't continue. That's gorgeous cover, but man, I just don't care about Iron Man. I try so hard because the covers are gorgeous, and Cantwell is doing a great job. I like Cafu. I just don't care about Iron Man. I just can't do it.
Even if you don't care about Iron Man, I care about Hellcat. That's enough for me to read.
Right. That's the thing that keeps pulling me back.
Surprisingly enough, this has actually been a really well-written book. I mean, issue 2 did blow
I
up.
need to pick it up, too.
All right, so 2 was Ravonna Rainslayer as Moon Knight. I mean, spoiler alert, but everyone fucking knows. It was a good issue. Do I think it's really worth $20? Probably not. This is definitely not worth $20. I really hate this redesign, but I'm sure the artist is a really nice person, but ooh, God, I hope this doesn't stick around. This was 2 weeks ago. They just finally got their reorder in. They didn't get a single A cover, so that's probably what happened again this week. So here is another slightly destroyed copy of issue 31. Corners are, corners are a little bit bent. I'm kind of almost getting used to this by now. It's sad. I didn't pick up the Dark Hawk second print because of that, but I did pick up this third print of the Moon Knight, #1. Like the cover. This one I am giving away to Rufo because his daughters love Ms. Marvel, knows very little about Ms. Marvel, and this has the first appearance and very first storyline. So hopefully they will like it. This is Shang-Chi issue 5, where he gets some of the armor that Miracle Man doesn't give a shit about the guy who owns the original one.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk, yeah.
Tony Hawk, yeah.
Please give us a Tony Hawk Iron Man. And the last book that will probably go unread because I have 8 issues that have not been read yet, X-Force. And I know an X-Men came out today, but they were all ruined. All of them, every last one. So they hopefully will get a new one in next week. And that's it. Those are all the books that came out this week and going around the room. So is there anything coming up on anybody's shows? Phillip, is there any comic show or any appearances you're going to be making anytime soon?
I got my handy little. I'm old school, so my schedule's written down. No, looks like I'm going to be on Two Geeks Talking podcast. Be October 23rd. We're filming it. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to be release date, but yeah, I'm pretty much done with the rounds of interviews. I mean, all the interviews that I've done, I've been posting on social media, but I don't really repeat myself. So if you're interested in this one, go look at some of the other ones that I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. They'll probably be fairly different. But yeah, that's about it. I'm be working more on the Crackle stuff. Little teaser. I'm aiming to have another Kickstarter in spring of 2022. And then if possible, I'm going to try to shoot for my first OGN longer narrative around this time next year. So that'll most likely be another Kickstarter. I'm just going to keep doing Kickstarters every 6 months because I retain all the rights. I can communicate with my audience, and I just love the experience. I don't see myself going with the publisher anytime soon.
And Ace says that anytime that somebody from the chat orders Crackle, and you have another couple minutes because we're all just giving our sign-offs here, but if anybody orders Crackle, you will hear a Mommy Milkers. You're not going to hear right now because no one's ordering right now, so get on that. Here's the link. Get on that, people.
That's like the greatest promotion ever done for comic book in the history of comic books, right there. That's fantastic promotion, and you'll probably get 2,000 orders this evening. All for that. So.
Can connect to it too.
Miracle Man, do you have anything coming up over on the Twitter spheres?
I got all kinds of things coming up. We'll no, so for Twitter, we don't have a whole lot going on. You know, if you want to come by, we didn't really get to talk about it today, but you know, I had a good time last couple of days, dunking on chuds over bisexual John Kent, and I just want to say, suck it, chuds. So that's going on. Other than that, I was just on The Amazing Atheist last night with Robo for their after party from IFLC. I'll probably at some point in time be on an IFLC show again, and occasionally showing up on Brags and Boards to do the Sandman review.
Kick ass. Lady
Do you run
Fantastic,
Twitter?
anything going on over with you?
On Saturday, on Southern Comic Geeks channel, I will be on his auctions. It's at 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Eastern. Shit.
Just sub to Southern Comic Geek and look.
Yeah,
and watch.
It's at 1 p.m. Central Time. All right.
That's 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
I'm just gonna smile and nod my head.
just be there, be square. Yeah, I'll
7
be
p.m.
there.
GMT. I don't know what Australian time it is, but you know, for you Aussies.
All right.
Sorry.
Sorry,
And
dude.
lady, are we gonna do a show on Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, so we'll look out for that too. Lady, if you need to go to bed, I understand entirely. But hey, can we just play out?
Sure.
Hey, lady!
Hey,
lady! Jesus Christ.
So good.
So we should have warned Phillip to
lady.
turn down the sound before we played that one.
we won't blow that out.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Night, lady.
Hey,
lady.
Do you have a Blags and Boards coming up?
Yeah, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing Brief Lives, and I have some thoughts on it. So watch that.
What time?
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And I just want to point out that Eva Webb has said she has just pledged. So you owe her one.
Aw, thanks. I listen to her podcast every week or so whenever she
hold on, we need to put you on screen.
Me.
Mommy milkers.
Oh, Philip, that's gonna follow you around for the rest of your life. You're gonna be like, someday somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, Philip, we really want you to write Superman. Could you come do this?" And you're gonna be like, "Yeah, sure." And you're gonna go down to the office and be like, "I'm sorry, we saw the mommy milkers thing, and you're out, man. You're
It's gonna
fucking
be Mr. Maira. Can you please explain this clip here?
I think Kirk wanted to do the mummy milkers thing too.
Oh, that's
Kurt,
true.
will you do it? Kurt, do it.
I meant to turn my mic on. Sorry.
It was funnier this time.
Hello. Yes, I have a show tomorrow.
No, you're supposed to do the mummy milkers.
Oh, what do you mean I'm supposed to do mommy milkers?
You're supposed to be like, Mommy milkers.
Who said I would do that?
Because somebody pledged. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
My voice does not go that high.
Do a really deep
Mommy
one.
milkers. That's as high as it's gonna
Well
go.
played, sir. Well played.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
All right, go ahead. What do you got going on? Comics on the Mound.
Just Teachers Lounge tomorrow. We didn't have a show last week because Todd was too tired, that teacher life. So we will have a show tomorrow. I think it'll be on my channel. Just look out for my channel tomorrow or Todd's channel. But I'm pretty sure it's on my channel tomorrow. Besides that, ain't got nothing else coming
It's
up.
midnight. No 1 a.m. Eastern time. Midnight Eastern time, right?
Basically, 9 o'clock for 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock for me. But I feel sorry for y'all on the East Coast.
I feel sorry for me. Just does the weeks end with Y? Yeah, every day.
No, the
Wax,
week does
you
not
have
end in
anything?
Y. Weekends in a K. Got you there.
Weekdays?
I said a week.
Is it Monday, Tuesday, and if it ends in a Y, it's every day. Whack, what's going on with your channel? I know you just added
everything.
Oh, we forgot to do this earlier to let everyone know who you are. I am so sorry.
I got Batman. If anyone wants to talk about Batman. Hello, do you like comic books? But I just wanted to show you my comic book collection. This is some of my...
Can I eat your ass?
Hey?
Can I eat your ass? Like, can I put my tongue in your butthole?
If you subscribe to Whack Comics, you can.
On YouTube?
Yeah. Go check out the Oliver Tree graphic novel overview and interviews that I did. I got a bowl cut just to do that video. So go. That's all I'm gonna plug. Go and watch that and make me happy. And also I want to crowdfund some money to send this to Miracle Man. We'll start a GoFundMe.
All right.
I don't think it'll be too much.
Okay.
But he needs to own it. I'll bag and board it and send it to him.
If it's not slabbed, what's the point? I'll be honest with you. I don't even know.
Bag and board it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. A Whack Comics original. I would be honored to own that. If I come to Australia and try to fly back with that, when I get back to America, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck were you doing in Australia, man?"
Oh, God. So, yeah, this has been another episode of Not Near Mint. And, well, we'll be back next Saturday or Sunday. No, we're going to be doing some new things around here. We might be doing some recorded interviews. And, yeah, our next episode is next Wednesday. It'll be at our regular time, 10 p.m. Eastern, and it will be with David Andrew. Why can't I speak tonight? David, Andre, and Tim Daniel. It's right there on the screen. It's like I can't read. It's like those right wingers that like to comment on shit. They don't read. I swear to God, they really don't read. But if you want to be on the show, we're going to be doing some pre-recorded sort of things. And if you want to get the word out there for your Kickstarter, as long as you're not CG oriented or you're not toxic and you start talking behind people's back and doing weird backstabby shit, because that's weird, we want to help you out. So otherwise, we will be back next week, and look out for different things that we wind up posting. Also, the comic shop that I go to, his name is John Freshly. The name of the comic shop is Matt Comics or Frank's Comics. It's really weird. We do things Miami time. He likes to say he goes on at 8 o'clock, but it's about 8:30. So 8:30 Eastern, take a look at Miami Fresh Comics over on Instagram. But otherwise, this has been another episode. Thank you very much for joining us, and love you. Don't die.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys. This was great.
Till next time. Sorry, not sorry, sort of deal, you know.
Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see this episode again, along with a catalog of back episodes and issues, surf on over to Not Near Mint on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Rob Worst, Lady Fantastic, Miracle Man, Comics on the Mind, Ace, and Whack Comics will be back next week. New Comic Book Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Not Near Mint. And remember,